Thank you. Yeah, guys. So this is my first introduction class actually, guys. This is my demo class actually, my first introduction class. And this is the first time you may be introduced. This is my first introduction class. So just before going to my introduction class, just my starting before the introduction. So let me introduce myself. So this is Vamshi Krishna here. So almost all I'm having some around 18 plus years of experience, both in the development as well as in trainings related projects. So I was from the last 5 years. So I am working on this data science related projects actually. And my complete 18-year specialization is on the data related technologies. Firo, I think so. You have to check your side because everybody can hear me. Everybody can hear me. So please check it out. Okay. I think you having some issue with your audio maybe. Please check it out from your side. Just give me a minute once, guys. Yeah. So that's it about myself. I'll just show you just a small presentation actually regarding myself. So I just don't want to spend more time on this. Just give me just a 2 minutes of time. I want to just give me just a small presentation related to. So what is my experience actually, guys? So I think some people has been already attended the yesterday's workshop where I just given the roadmap of my course curriculum and what are the things we are going to be discussing as part of our course curriculum. So don't worry. What about the people who has been joined for the today's class, guys? Because it is only just a roadmap I have been given. I didn't discuss anything. I just given a roadmap. So just once again, guys, this is about myself. Once again, I'm just giving my just my introduction, my introduction about myself. So I'm having around 18 plus years of experience, guys, in software industry, which includes development, support, and training. And mainly my complete specialization is on the data related, guys. My 18 years experience is on data related. So compare with the other people who has been transited from other technologies to the data science. So my complete exposure is the data. That means I know how to skew the data, how to manipulate with the data, how to see the data, what are the issues with the data, complete data related technologies only. Like my experience includes data management, BA technologies, big data technologies, and all these are going to be my specializations actually, guys. So 4 years I have worked on the big data technologies. 3 years I have been worked on the BI technologies. Data management, guys, 7 to 8 years experience on the data management, and 5 years experience on this data science, machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. And I also completed my certification program from IIIT Hyderabad. I think you may hear about the IIIT Hyderabad. It provides a lot of so many training programs in collaboration with some other corporates, some other corporate companies like Talent Sprint and Great Learnings. So they collaborated with so many other corporate companies, and they are conducting a lot of training programs on different types of areas, like it may be a blockchain, IoT, AI and machine learning, the latest technologies actually, guys. Mainly, they want to go for a lot of trainings on the latest technologies like IoT, blockchain, and AI, ML, and so many cloud computings. So there are so many new technologies out there. So I done my certification in 2019 actually, guys. By end of the 2019, I completed. After that, the pandemic started. So I became a freelancing trainer. So I works with the various training institutes and corporates for the corporate trainings level. I will be working with them. Okay. So that's it, guys. That is about myself. So I don't want to just discuss more about that and spend more time on this. Yeah, guys. So yeah, guys, once again, just for a quickly, you will be having a chat panel will be there. So you can use a chat panel, guys. One thing you can do is you can use a chat panel. Otherwise, you can unmute yourself and you can discuss it also. And if you are using a chat panel, if you are using any queries or any questions if you have, so just please send it to everyone, guys. There is an option called as send to everyone actually. because everyone comes to know what I am talking about them. So if you send me some question, so other people does not knows what I'm talking about that. So if you have any question and any relevant question is there, so please send it to everyone so that everyone can see that what I'm talking about that. Okay, fine guys. So once again, guys, this is going to be starting with a full stack data science course actually, guys. So our course is going to be a full stack data science course. So you know what is meaning of a full stack data science course? Generally, what do you mean to say full stack? Nowadays, so we see a lot of courses naming the full stack actually, guys. I'm using a pen tablet actually, guys. I don't use any presentations basically, not much presentations. Presentations are basically for corporate level trainings actually. But here it is going to be a job oriented training for getting a job, or it may be some transiting from existing role to something like a data science, the data science roles actually. So it's a job oriented actually, guys. That's why we don't use that much presentations basically. Everything is going to be handwritten. I'm using a pen tablet and this is my whiteboard, the software which I'm going to be using from Microsoft. You will be also getting these copies of these whiteboards also, guys. What am I writing here? You will be getting the copy of this particular full stack, whatever I'm writing in the whiteboard also. Yeah, a full stack data science course actually, guys. First of all, what do you mean to say a full stack? So full stack means, as you know this, guys, whatever the complete, that means it is not just learning about one core area of the data science. Starting from beginning to ending, that means whatever the project currently requires. Really in a data science, whatever the concepts you require, starting from beginning up to the end, up to the deployment and up to the maintenance, whatever that is going to be requirement actually, guys. What are the different areas we have to cover? What are the different tools we have to cover? What are the different techniques and technologies we have to learn? So completely as a full stack data science, you can call yourself as a full stack data science programmer or a full stack data science expert. That means you are not limited your work only for a particular area in the data science. You will be having we are having a lot of areas actually there, guys. We are going to be working with a lot of things there. So working with data science is just like learning a Java programming. So working with programming level is different actually, guys. Learning data science is something different actually. Interesting, but it is going to be something different also. It is not like, for example, if you go to Java, so if you go for a full stack Java programmer, completely end to end, whatever Java programmer requires, their concentration is only on the Java only. Maybe some other areas are there are going to be discussing like JSN or some other things like you know that. So a Java programmer may require some knowledge about some databases. So they says that the Oracle will be there or a Oracle database or some kind of an JSON concepts will be there. So they will teach you the JSON concepts. So completely like a full stack data science programmer, whatever that is going to be required, whatever the tools, whatever the techniques, everything, whatever they require. So we are going to be learning as part of this full stack data science program. Starting with a programming languages, guys. Starting with a programming languages like Python, or it may be R. Starting with some basic programming languages, guys. Sir, why we have to learn Python and R? So we are not learning this Python and R to become a Python programmer or not to become an R programmer actually, guys. To implement these data science techniques. So data science is completely a concept of techniques only, guys. Some kind of a techniques only we are going to be learning actually. Some techniques are there. So what techniques we learn and what we are going to be doing with the techniques actually. Some mathematical techniques, some statistical techniques we are going to be applying them. So apply that particular techniques by using a program, by using a programming language, we are going to learn Python and R. Sir, why not Java? Why not .NET? Or why not some other languages? Why not a Java? Why not a .NET or some other languages? Because these languages does not provide you that much supports whatever that much support for the techniques whatever we require in our data science. Data science requires a lot of technologies, guys. A lot of techniques are required actually. Okay, so how to implement them, I'll tell you later. How to implement, what are the techniques we have to learn, I'll tell you one by one, I'll tell you. Starting from Python to R, starting from a basic language like Python and R. Not only that, even we are going to be learning the main core areas of the data science actually, guys. The main core areas of the data science is going to be machine learning. We are going to be learning about a machine learning, guys. And we are going to be learning about a deep learning. and we are going to be learning about the AI, which is an artificial intelligence actually. Not only that, nowadays currently a trending, which one is going to be NLP. And not only this, even we are going to be working with some kind of big data systems. So starting from a basic programming languages with a lot of advanced level techniques like machine learning, deep learning, AI, NLP, big data systems. Not only that, even with the work of some kind of cloud-based services actually. So we are having a lot of cloud services for this data science related applications. So end to end, guys, everything we are going to be learning. So that's why it will take a little bit time for us. It is not just like a 1 or 1.5 month training program. Completely, if you can dedicate completely, it will be somewhere around 4 to 4.5 months. It will take it actually, guys. Our commitment is for 4 months, but maybe just extra, we can say somewhere around 1 or 2 weeks extra. Maximum by 4 or 4.5 months, it is going to completely dedicate a dedication for that. Every day to day, if you just have a session, 6 days a week, plus along with that some extra Sunday workshops also you have to attend them. So we can complete within 4 months or 4.5 months. It is going to take it actually, guys. But in my first introduction class only, if I tell you about what is deep learning, what is AI, what is NLP, so you will be getting a lot of confusion, guys. You will get a lot of confusion. So first of all, if you want to become a data scientist, the first core area you have to study that is nothing but what we call it as machine learning, guys. The first core area is going to be machine learning. Some years before, guys, some years means last 2 years before, data science means only learning about machine learning. Only learning about machine learning. Even the job requirements are also only for machine learning. Data science means machine learning. But now the companies are not only looking for machine learning, they're also looking for deep learning. They're also looking for NLP. They're also looking for knowledge of cloud services. So there are so many areas has been added them, guys. That is the reason why this program also, this training programs also has been they have been transited from not only with machine learning, so many all that. Previously it is only data science. Now they are calling it as a full stack data science actually, guys. The main interesting topic is going to be machine learning and deep learning actually, guys. They're very interesting actually, guys. It's not just like learning a programming language. It's quite interesting actually. Something new compare with the other programming languages. Compare with other programming languages, it is completely new actually, guys. Okay. So as part of my introduction classes, guys, totally I'm going to take some around 3 to 4 introduction classes we are going to be taking actually, guys. So this is at a free of cost. That means 3 to 4 days, whatever the introduction classes I'll take, you can attend at a free of cost. So in this particular 3 or 4 sessions, I'm going to give you some idea about what exactly, we are not learning any technical, we are not going to learn any practical implementations here now. Just what is data science, what it contains, what different opinions actually. So really their opinions are correct or not. So what exactly this data science is going to do, what a client can expect from this, what are the things we have to learn. I'm just giving some idea behind them. Slowly one by one, I'll add up them. So today it may be machine learning. Tomorrow it may be something like a deep learning introductions, like why Python, why R, what is big data, what is NLP, what are cloud services. Just I'm going to give you some complete idea about what we are going to be learning actually. The technologies, that is introduction to what are the technologies we are going to learn and why we have to learn it actually. Okay, guys. After completion of 3 to 4 introduction classes, so then if you are interested, that means if you are satisfied with my lecture and if you really want to move towards the data science, then we'll start with our regular classes actually, guys. Then the main regular classes will start actually. Okay. Okay, guys. So today's my introduction is going to be related to machine learning actually, guys. Today we are going to introduce what is machine learning first of all. So main important is machine learning only, guys. Without learning machine learning, I can't go for a deep learning. We can't go for AI. We can't go for NLP. Big data is something different. Big data is something different actually. The first main heart of this particular data science course actually, guys, is nothing but the machine learning. So today's introduction is going to be, guys, it is going to be nothing but we are going to call it as an machine learning actually. It is machine learning actually, guys. So then the term itself, for some people, you may hear about them, guys. You may be already heard about because it is one of the the buzzing word actually in the recent days. Actually, everybody is talking about machine learning, machine learning, machine learning. So what is machine learning? First of all, different people will have some different opinions about them. So really they don't have the idea about them, but they will try to translate this particular machine learning into some terminology actually. Yeah. Krishna, the regular timing is going to be from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Every day from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. is your regular timing. Starting from the beginning of this today's class up to the last class, it is from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. No change in the batch timing also. If you're looking for any other batch timing, so you have to please let me know. If any new batch is starting, we'll let you know about that particular new batch. Okay, fine. So this batch is at 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Okay, fine. Fine, guys. So this is going to be the word called as machine learning actually. Let me tell you about some history about this machine learning, guys. Actually, we have been learning a lot of from so many decades of time. We are learning programming languages. How it is different, I'll tell you guys. We are learning a programming languages. So maybe starting with C language, starting with some C language. Nowadays, even most of the people have stopped learning C language also. C, C++. I think C++ is completely avoided actually. Only some limited people only learning C++. Directly they're learning Java directly without learning any basic programming languages. And most of the academic colleges also, as part of their academic colleges also, they are teaching as part of their bachelor's. They are already teaching the C language. So no need to specifically learn C language specially. So mainly when you learn this programming language, why we have to learn a language? Why we have to learn a programming language? So the first question comes is why we have to learn a programming language? So basically the main point this is your computers. Your computers cannot understand the human language. Your computers cannot understand the human language. So if the computer can understand the human language, there is no requirement of any programming language. Directly we can communicate with the computers. So computers cannot understand the human language actually, guys. Yeah. Ashok, today we'll understand them. Today you'll understand it actually. Okay. So at the end of the session, I'll take some questionnaires. I'll just take one. Today I don't take completely 8:30. Just 1 hour introduction, I'll take it, and 15 minutes I'm going to take in just like in questions. I'm going to clarify that kind of a doubts inside that at that particular 15 minutes of time, right? Fine. Yeah. So computers cannot understand the human language. That is the reason if you want to give some instruction to the computer, that means if you want to work with some application, as you know that if you want to open a notepad, you want to type something in the notepad and you want to save it. Internally, there is a program is going to be written actually, guys. So what do you mean to say program? So a program is going to be nothing but we say that it is going to be a set of instructions for every activity, guys. For example, I'm writing something here, guys. I'm going to be writing something here. So I'm writing something here now with my pen tablet actually. So whenever I'm moving my pen along, whenever I'm moving my pen on my pen tablet, how this font is going to be gets coming here now, how the text is coming here now. Internally, there is some program has been written inside that. So it is a set of instructions for implementing or for performing a particular task. So for performing a particular task, so we require a particular program has to be gets written actually. That is what the computer experts has been thought about starting from the beginning of the inventions of computers. So over the decades of time, 5 decades, 6 decades, 7 decades, 8 decades, almost from so many decades of time, we are doing the same thing actually. But suddenly, not only suddenly, guys, some decades before only, this computer experts has thought, why every time you are giving an instruction to the machine? Why every time the machines are giving some instructions? Why can't the machines learn? Why can't the machines learn? For example, whenever we take a child, whenever we take a child, so parents are going to give some instructions initially. Parents are going to give some instructions. You have to do like this, you have to do like this, you have to do like this. So over the time period, the child is going to come to know how to do a particular work. So automatically they will learn automatically from their particular experience and from previous instruction from their parents or from teachers actually. Even we also, if we just recollect from our childhood, how we have been got learned. So initially, whenever we are a child, so our parents and teachers has been trained us. They have been trained them. They have given some instruction to us. But over that time period, we are almost all became a self-learners. Now, almost all we became a self-learners. So you can learn anything from the internet. We can learn anything from that particular online. We can learn it actually. But why you join these courses? Because if you try to learn online by using videos, where to start your program, where to end your program, you don't get an idea behind them. There is a reason why you join these courses. But almost all, once if I say that this is a concept is there, you can learn by yourself. Some concepts you can learn it by yourself actually. So how the humans are like a self-learners, why can't the machines also become a self-learners? So this was started around, it's not a new one actually, guys. It is almost all started around in 1959. So this term machine learning has been started in 1959, guys. So there is a person called as an Arthur Samuel who was working in IBM at that time in 1959. So he was a specialist in developing of gamings actually. So he has termed this, he has been coined this term called as an machine learning basically. If you see the history, you will see about the Arthur Samuel actually. He's an IBM employee actually. So he has started this term called as an machine learning. So initially they started with a small instructions. That means why the machines can't learn actually. So they started some research on that. So after some around 5-6 decades of time, so this research was able to be successful actually. Sir, why that much time actually? Why this has taken some around 6 decades of time or almost all more than 5 decades of time? Why it has been got taken actually? At that time, the computing power, at that time, the computer's computing power is very, very less. And also at the time of, we don't have any scientific, at that time in 1960s, we don't have that much scientific computings and some scientific some theorems and some, we don't have any that much popular implementations at that time actually. So later the computing power has been increased and the mathematicians, statisticians developed a very powerful mathematical solutions, mathematical theories. So with the help of that, the machine learning has came into a reality actually, guys. The success stories has been came from the last 5 years or 6 years. But it started in the year 1959 itself. So what they find out here is, what the computer experts has find out here is, machines can learn actually, guys. Machine learning means machines will learn actually, guys. Machines are going to learn actually. So here, even we also really wonder actually, guys. Really will wonder actually. Will machines will learn? Yes, absolutely machines will learn actually, guys. Once if you start with machine learning, something different you can find it off. Sir, why the machines has to learn? And first of all, why the machines has to learn first of all? So why we have to give every time the instructions? Every time why we have to give the instructions? We have to give the program, we have to test the program, and we are giving it to the machine. If the machine learns it, automatically what we can do that? They will learn very fastly and they are going to learn very, very accurately actually, guys. Sir, where do you use this machine learning? I'll tell you one small task actually, guys. A small real life scenario actually. Let us talk about a small example of a banking scenario, guys. In a banking, we are going to be having a loans department is there actually. We are having a loans department. So what is the main role of this, the loans department actually? First thing is they have to give the loans. So giving of loans actually, guys, loan approvals, giving of loans. So their main role is not only giving the loans actually, guys. Even after giving the loans, they have to recover that particular loan amount from the customers. So their main role is not only just giving the loan and leave it actually. How many loans we are giving? That is not sufficient. We are giving these many loans. That is not sufficient. At the same time, how much amount you are able to recover from the customers actually. So recovering of the loan amount as well as giving the loans amount. So generally, what the people will do is, what the bank people will do is, whenever a customer applies a loan, simply they are not going to give the loan, as you already know that. So they will check his credentials actually. So what about his previous loans? Okay, and how much extent he has taken the loans earlier. So whether he was able to repay that particular loan amount in the whatever the time schedule that has been given, or he has become any defaulter, something like that. They will verify his older credentials, and based on that they are going to give the loans actually. So that is what their criteria is going to be then actually, guys. So they're giving the loan and recovering the loan amount. After a lot of analysis also, after a lot of verifications also, so they are giving the loans after doing a lot of verifications like his salary, what is going to be his older loans, or some nowadays we are using something like an CIBIL score, something like this. We are going to be verifying and giving the loans. But still, guys, in the real applications, when you go for 20 to 30% people who takes the loan, 20 to 30% people will still becomes a defaulters actually. So some becomes defaulters intentionally, some becomes because as you know that, so what happened due to the pandemic actually, loss of jobs. Okay, so loss of earnings, no earnings are there. So government has given some kind of an option they have been given such that they can reschedule their particular loans and all these things they have been scheduled actually. So still 20 to 30% are becoming defaulters. So 20-30% becomes defaulters means it is a huge losses to the banks actually. So they're giving the loans. If they're unable to recover the loans, it's a very huge loss to the banks actually. So what the banks has thought is, okay, we are verifying every credentials. We are verifying everything. Still 20 to 30% there are going to be the defaulters actually. So how can you minimize this? Their main target is to minimize them, guys. They don't want to become zero, but they want to minimize it. At least can you bring it to 5 to 10%? Every bank will have a defaulters. If you can really bring them to 5 to 10% of defaulters, if you can recover, if you bring them, it will be a huge profit, and I can just avoid a lot of losses in my particular bank actually. So what they have to do, they are doing every verification, but still there are going to be 20-30% of loans are the defaulters are coming. So initially the people, that means the banks does not have any data with them. But nowadays the banks are almost all some around 20, 25 years, 35 years from almost all from 20 to 30 years. Currently, there are currently operating in our India actually, guys. Most of the banks, some banks are even 50 years old also. Some privatization has been came from 2000 here. So a lot of new banks has been came, private banks has been came. Earlier, we are having only the government banks only the national banks only we used to have. Some 30, 40, 50 years also, we are having a lot of banks actually, guys. So what they are doing here is from the 20, 30 years of time, we are given a loans to various millions of people. We have been given the loans. So we have the millions of people, maybe millions of people, or it may be some crores of people actually. Millions of customers has taken the loans from us. Some of them has been became the defaulter. Some of them has been non-defaulters. We have their information. So if you analyze anything from them, if you analyze this particular data, you can get some kind of an information actually, guys. Nowadays, the people are depending, the companies, all the multinational companies, every business is depending on the data actually, guys. And you know that we are living in the age of data. Our current age is going to be data age actually, guys. Without the data, we cannot operate them. Without the data, we cannot run our day. Our daily life cannot run at all without having a data at all. So how this all automation and all these things has been came? It is due to the data actually, guys. Currently, we are living in the age of data. Every day we generate a lot of data actually, guys. Our smartwatches generates a lot of data every day. Your mobile is going to generate a lot of data every day. So data means you need not to go to a bank and do a transaction or go to a supermarket and do a transaction. That is not the data. Nowadays, as of the current situation, what is the data? Anything that is stored in a digital format is a data actually, guys. Anything that is stored in a digital format is a data for us. Even email is also a data for us, guys. An SMS is a data. Even whenever we talk about the WhatsApp chat, that is also going to be data. Twitter is a data. Everything is going to be data actually today. As of now, anything that is stored in the digital format is a data actually. So what the banks has thought is, why don't you analyze all these, the millions of customers data is there. If you analyze them, we are going to get some story. We are going to get some story from that actually, guys. Some story means some understanding we are going to get it actually. That understanding is nothing but we are going to get some insights. See guys, so previously earlier days, so they only talked about only the people is only interested only to store the data. But after storing for a couple of decades of time, so people has got some idea that why don't you analyze the data? If you analyze the data, the old data actually, guys, what has been happened will come to know about them. What has been happened, we'll come to know about them. That is nothing but what we call it as insights. Insights is nothing but what is the story? What is the story that particular data is telling that? So can't you use these insights for prediction actually, guys? That means what the bank people are saying is, we will analyze the old customers data, we'll understand the behavior of the defaulters and non-defaulters, we'll get some kind of an understanding, some interesting story will come. This story will apply with the new customers. We'll apply this story with the new customers and we'll try to find out who could be the defaulter, who could be a non-defaulter. So what is the chances? For example, this person categorized this particular characteristics is like this. So let us say that's a small story from these customers. For example, who is the characters of a defaulters? What are the characteristics of a defaulters? The age between 25 to 30 years of age, their age is going to be 25 to 30 years of age. And if the loan amount is going to be between 4 to 6 lakhs of loan amount is there, it's a loan amount actually. And the loan duration is for something around some 3 to 4 years of loan duration. It's nothing but the duration of the loan. And for example, he was staying in a rented house. He was staying in a rented house. If you analyze them, guys, if you analyze them, so which is going to be house type actually, rented house. And if he's having a married, what is going to be his marital status? And for example, if he is having more than 2 children or more than 1 children is there, number of children are more than 1. So like this, we are going to get some insight from the data actually, guys. So these are the characteristics of the defaulters actually. So if you study the old data, we'll get some kind of an insights we are going to be getting actually, guys. So if you study the data, some story will come. If you study the data, some story is going to come actually, guys. So if the age is between 25 to 30 years, and if the loan amount is 4 to 6 years, and 4 to 6 lakhs, and loan duration is going to be from 2 to 4 years, and if you're staying in a rented house, and status is married, and if it is more than 1 children is there, and existing loans also will make the chances actually, guys. Already, whenever he is having more than 2 current loans are there, already is paying some loans actually, like it may be a two-wheeler, it may be a two-wheeler, or it may be personal loans. Already existing loans are there. So whenever already is having an existing loan, he's already repaying an existing loan. But again, if you're taking a new loan, so chances is that he may not be able to repay them. Main important is what is his salary also. So how much is his salary also, guys? So the bank people will have an analysis. So this much, more than this much percentage, if the amount of loans are there, so he can't repay them actually. He may be chances that he may become a defaulter. So once if you study the data, we are going to get this kind of an insights actually, guys. We can get some kind of an insights. So earlier, who used to take this works actually, guys? So this type of analysis is going to be done by the statisticians used to do them, guys. It is going to be a statistician, sorry, spelling mistake. Statisticians used to take this work actually. So the statistician's work is going to be basically analyzing the data actually, guys. The main target is to analyze the data and to understand how the data was there actually. But statisticians are unable to do the analysis on millions of data actually. And you know these guys, statisticians mostly, they don't use any programming languages. Their work is only maximum limited up to Excel. Mostly statistician, if you talk to a statistician, their knowledge in your computers is only up to Excel sheets only they'll use this. They're not interested to apply any programming languages or something like this, guys. So now what we are doing here is, guys, being the data was accumulating like this day by day, and huge volumes of data is coming actually. Huge volumes of data is coming actually. So statisticians are unable to analyze these huge volumes of data actually. They're unable to. And one more thing is, you know that if you apply some manual work and all these things, mainly time consumption actually, guys. Yes, even statisticians also can be do, but it is going to be more and more time consumption actually, guys. More time it is going to be taken actually. That means if the bank asks this analysis, they says that we are going to take some 2 to 3 years of time. So 2 to 3 years of time, they are going to be losing the amount by giving the loans to the defaulters actually. Maybe 2 to 3 years or 3 to 4 years actually, or 3 to 5 years actually. Even you have seen the changes actually, guys. How the clinical, the way it is going to be there actually. So coming to the clinical, so clinical research used to be there. Previously, we used to hear the news like 25 years they have done a research. 25 years they have been done the research, but now they are saying that which is going to be 2 to 3 years of time. So even if you see the COVID, the whatever the COVID vaccine has came actually, guys. Initially, when the COVID has started, so the people started saying that it will take 5 years to get we'll get a 5 years to get that particular vaccine actually. But almost all within 6 months of time, we have got the vaccine actually. So not in India, we have been got the first vaccine in Russia, I think. Okay, within 6 months, I think by almost all by August or something, they have got the vaccine actually. So how they have been done? So it is completely by using the data analytics actually, guys. The data. So understanding the data, the computing power of the systems actually, guys. Analyzing that particular data, whatever the clinical research data is there. Previously, they used to use some kind of software. They used to do that, and some kind of personally and manually they used to do that actually. But now the trend has been changes. The technology has been changes actually, guys. Mainly the huge computing power of the systems. Huge computing power of the systems actually, guys. So computers are also very high computing systems as came nowadays, as already we know them. Up to now, we are using only CPUs. Now we have got the options of GPUs and for high computing, for faster computing actually, guys. So we have CPUs, GPUs, and TPUs actually. Some kind of computing power also has been got increased actually. Cloud services nowadays are providing some GPUs and TPUs are going to be gets providing actually. So statistician used to take more time. So here in the place of statisticians, these machines, your computers has been got replaced actually, guys. So because at the same time, the computers, as I already we've talking about the history, computers can learn? Can the machines can learn? Machine means here, guys, computers actually. Can the machines can learn actually? So yes, the machines can learn. So they also started, the machine learning people started the research there. So their particular, the success stories of the machine learning, and they understood that, okay, this is going to be machines can able to learn, machines can able to understand them. Plus, whatever this at the same time, the statisticians are facing a lot of problem in analyzing these huge volumes of data. So both of them has been got combined. Both of them has been got combined. And they're saying that, yes, machines can learn. So machine learning people, experts saying that, yes, machines can learn. Your statisticians are saying that we are unable to handle this kind of a huge volumes of data. So both the problems, so the problem, whatever the statistician facing and whatever the success stories of machine learning has been came. So they implemented like this, guys. Nothing is there. So now what the machines are saying actually, guys, machines, they're saying that give the data to the machines, give the data to us. Here the machine is going to take the data actually, guys. Machine is nothing but your computer is going to take the program. How to give the data? I'll tell you. Give the data. What is your data? Data is nothing but your experience. What has been happened in the past? What has been happened in the past? Tell me what has been happened in the past. If you tell me what has been happened in the past, we are going to understand that particular data. Machine should give the data only in the data format only. We have to give it actually, guys. Only in the format of data. Some data should be given. Some structured format of data should be given to us. The machine says that we'll understand this data and we are going to learn from this data actually. We'll understand and we'll learn the data actually. Whatever that has been learned, we are going to call them as an insights. We call them as an insights. These insights can be used for prediction purpose. Just we can do some kind of predictions based on this particular data. Simple. Give me the past, whatever the past customers data is there. You give me your past customers data. Your past customers data you give me. So tell me who are the defaulters and who are the non-defaulters. You have to tell me that. Who are the defaulters and who are the non-defaulters. You can talk about so many areas actually, guys. Don't think that this is used only for the banking only. You can use almost all everywhere. Anywhere there is a data actually, guys. Anywhere there is a data is there, you can use this machine learning concept. So tell me your past customers data. Who are the defaulters? Who are the non-defaulters to me? I will learn from them. I will study them. And I'm going to give you some insights from them. So these are the defaulters. These are the non-defaulters. Very, very faster. Very, very faster actually, guys. Previously, what the statistician used to take some around 3 to 4 years of time. You can do it very faster. Within 2 to 3 weeks, we can do it actually, guys. within 2 to 3 weeks, we can get some kind of an insights. We can get it. Insights are nothing but, Purushottam, it is nothing but what it has been understood from the data. What it has been understood the data. So whatever the knowledge it has been gained from the data. Like I told you, these are the insights. This is going to be the insights actually. So 20 to 30 years of age is there. 4 to 6 lakhs of loan amounts are there. 2 to 4 years it is going to be. It depends on the data actually. So what it has been understood, insights are nothing but the knowledge. Whatever the knowledge it has been got from the data is what we call it as an insights. Using this insight, I studied the old customers' data. So these are my insights. So based on these insights, what I can do, tomorrow, whenever a new customer comes, or whenever a new customer applies, I automatically identify whether he could be a defaulter, what could be the defaulter. So whether the loan should be approved or not, we are going to tell you. So how the loan approval is going to be done, guys. So whenever a customer applies a loan, it will not be analyzed. Nowadays, it is not analyzed by the people. The bank people does not analyze them. They'll give all that input to the machine. Machine is going to tell you, so what is the chances that he will become a defaulter? It says that 80% chances that he is a defaulter. The machine says that 80% chances that he is a defaulter, so don't give the loan. No loan approval. So the bank people are going to act based on this particular no loan approval actually, guys. No approval for the loan. So these are nothing but the actions actually, guys. These are going to be what we are going to call it as the actions. What the actions are going to be gets taken actually. So the bank people says that, sorry, sir, we are not going to give a loan. Why you are not giving a loan for that? Machine predicted. The machine said that don't give the loan. Nothing to do from our side. Everything is going to be done by the machine actually, yes. So mostly nowadays, this machine learning. So if you can understand the workflow actually, guys. Simple workflow. Data was given to the machine. Machine studies the data. Based on that insights, whatever the machine gets, based on that, we can do the future prediction. We can do that. So observe carefully actually, guys. It is not just only to understand the past. Based on understanding the past, so we can predict the future. Because what could happen in the future, that is going to be depending on the past only, guys. So we have seen even in COVID cases also, they said that after the first wave, chances is that there is going to be second wave will come actually. So almost all they predicted the second wave almost all accurately. How they have been predicted, guys, based on the past. So in the 100 years back, we have got some kind of a same kind of an pandemic has came. So how that particular, how many waves it has been came. I think you have seen that particular news actually, guys. So even for COVID also they expected. So 3 waves will come. After the third wave, it is going to be gets almost all it is going to be ends that particular pandemic actually. How it has been got, guys. 100 years back, we got some kind of a virus. So their experience is also the same thing. So from the past only, we are going to be able to see something prediction in the future actually. So that can be applicable to most of the areas actually, guys. Mainly in a banking actually, guys. And one more domain actually, guys, and one more area where it is getting a lot of advantage for this is going to be your healthcare actually, guys. Your healthcare, business. So many things are going to be driven by this AI-based systems actually, guys. And one thing, guys, machine learning is a part of AI only. Okay, don't see it separately. Machine learning is a part of your AI. Deep learning is a part of your ML, and ML is going to be part of an AI, and all these are part of your data science actually. Healthcare actually, guys, predictions. So we have a lot of health monitoring systems will be there. So many systems are going to be there. So how they will do some kind of a prediction. So there are so many devices actually. So in the coming future, whether the person may get affected with a heart attack or not, or whether he is going to be gets affected with a brain stroke, or some kind of any paralysis is going to be gets coming. So what is the chances is that it is going to be depending on the old history actually, guys. So they analyzed all the patient's data actually, guys, the old patient's data actually. So it has been collected all the patient's data actually, the old patient's data, who has been affected, who is a positive case and who is a negative case actually. Let us talk about the cancer patient's data. So they collected a lot of so many decades of time. A lot of screening text has been taking place on the cancer patients actually. So what are their particular data? So if this is a clinical observation, what is the chances that it's a cancer? So that data was given to the machine. The machine is going to give you the insights. So these insights are going to be used for prediction the new patient's data actually. Whenever a new patient comes, just give the data to the machine. Machine is going to immediately identify whether it is going to be a positive or whether it is going to be negative case actually, isn't it? So like this, there are a lot of areas actually, guys, a lot of areas. Sir, where can I use a data science? Where I can use machine learning? Simple area, guys. Anywhere, wherever we are having the data, guys. Data science is also called as a data-driven science actually, guys. It is also called as a data-driven science actually, because everything is going to be driven by the data only, guys. So many people ask me, sir, I was a mechanical engineer. Can I learn data science? Absolutely. Only the thing is, what data they will work is only difference actually, guys. So for example, take a mechanical engineer. So there is some kind of a machine's data is there actually. Something like how much torque it is generating, at what speed it is generating, how much torque it is generating, or how much power it is going to be generating. Some kind of a machine's data is there actually, guys. Yes, absolutely. So basically, guys, because I know about a project actually. So in ships, we are going to be having a lot of machineries will be there actually, guys. So in GE develops a lot of machines actually, isn't it? You know that about the GE company. So it is going to develop a lot of machine engines only, guys. The engines which are required for driving the ships actually. So the GE developed a lot of machine learning algorithms actually, guys, predictions. So it is going to be doing some kind of a predictions actually. There are some machines data is there. So if you run this machine at this so and so speed, how much torque could be generated? So if I want to get this much power, so how much speed we have to run? So that kind of see guys, it's not only for business purpose. Mainly this is going to be used as part of the research purpose also. It is going to be used. A lot of research projects will be there. A lot of business projects are going to be there where we can work with the machine learning and data science related, guys. So it is going to be done by the machine's data actually. A civil engineer is there. So they're going to be having some kind of an constructions data actually, guys. So some kind of an constructions data is there. Their data, their material information will be there. We are not expert in that, but when you just go to a civil engineer, so there are some materials are there. So what is the strength of that particular material? Something they will have some parameters are there. So if this is a quantity of this material, this much quantity is this much strength I can get it actually. So how the huge buildings are getting constructed actually, guys. So how much that particular 30 floors, 40 floors buildings are able to construct it actually. It is due to the analyzation of our data only, guys. It is completely related to the data manipulations only. They do some calculations. If you want to get this much strength, we have to get it. If you want to build a 40-store building, so how much is going to be the concrete level? How much is going to be this particular so and so? How much cement we have to use? So materials. So understanding about that particular materials actually, guys. So research people, clinical people actually, guys. Their clinical research data is going to be there. So much data is going to be there, guys. Everywhere, anywhere, wherever there is a data, you can work with this particular data science projects, guys. Then most of the people get set out saying that, fine, sir, everything is fine. So you are giving the data to the machine. Machine is learning the data and machine is giving some insights. And based on the insights, we can do the prediction. Then what is my work here now? What is the main, I have to do the work here now? Everything is doing for the machine, but why? What is my main work here, guys? Machines can understand the data, guys, but how the machine has to learn? Machine can't learn by themselves. Machines can't learn by themselves actually, guys. So we are like a mentor to the machine actually. So this is a way you have to learn. This is what you have to learn. From where you have to learn. All these things, instructions should be given by us. They will learn, but only thing is we are just preparing the environment for learning actually, guys. So how the machines has to learn? We are just creating some environment. As an ML expert or a deep learning expert, we only just create the environment. Whatever the data the machine requires. Whatever the data the machine requires. So every data does not comes in a purely structured and a clean format. We have a lot of issues with the data actually, guys. Really, if you work with the data, we'll work with the issues. You will be having a lot of issues will be there. When you start working with the data, we'll come to know about that. So what are the particular issues? How to overcome the particular problem? What data should be given to the machine? How the machine to learn? Mainly, guys, the machine has to learn with the help of our instruction actually. Instruction means we don't write any code actually, guys. there are going to be some algorithms which are already developed. So we are going to be learning some algorithms actually, guys. By applying some algorithms, we will make a machine to learn actually. I think you have seen the definition also, guys. What is a data science? Data science is not only just learning a programming language or just learning only the data actually, guys. We are going to learn about the algorithms. So what is an algorithm actually, guys? A machine learning algorithm is going to be nothing but just like, you know, what is meaning of an algorithm actually, guys? The algorithm is going to be nothing but just a sequence of whatever the sequence of steps actually. So how the machine has to learn, how the machines has to learn, what the machine has to learn, what is going to be the criteria for learning actually. So what it has to learn, all that instructions will be there in the algorithm. So as an ML expert, you have to study these algorithms only, guys. Simply applying an algorithm is very easy, guys, but we have to understand how that algorithm will works. Without knowing them, we cannot control it actually. So mainly as part of our course curriculum, our main concentration is on algorithms only, guys. There are different types of algorithms are there. Guys. Anyhow, mainly we are going to be learning 3 different types of tasks. These are not algorithms. There are 3 different types of tasks actually, guys. One is a classification task. The other one is going to be regression tasks. And the third one is going to be nothing but we are going to be having a clustering task actually, guys. So I'll tell you what exactly there are going to be in our main classes. Don't worry about them. So in classification, we are having some algorithms, guys. Like we have some kind of if you want, you can just check online, guys. So what is decision trees? There is some math behind them. There is going to be a k nearest neighbors. We are having a Navi base. We are going to be having SVM. We are going to be having some kind of neural networks. Even neural networks also comes into classifications also. But neural networks are separated actually, guys. They are going to be comes under deep learning actually. Deep learning is also part of a machine learning only. But their algorithms are little bit complex algorithms, guys. They are different from the machine learning algorithms. What is the difference? We'll see them later. They are nothing but what we are going to call it as an neural networks actually, guys. We call it as a deep learning networks, deep learning algorithms, or a neural network algorithms. We are going to call it as actually. So anyhow, I'll tell you what is going to be later. We'll work with them, guys. Currently, if I tell you what is a neural network, even you can't understand anything from that also. So don't worry. This is only just an introduction classes only, guys, just to give some idea behind them. Slowly we'll understand one by one, because it is completely new to most of you. So it will take some time actually, guys. Don't try to expect everything to be understandable. If we say programming language, I can compare with C, C++, I can compare them. But here it is not like that. It is different from the programming languages. Okay. So anyhow, this is just an introduction to what is going to be the machine learning actually, guys. So once again, a quick understanding. What is machine learning, guys? Data was given to the machine. Machine is going to learn from the data, understands the data, and based on that, it is going to give you some insights. And these insights are going to be used for prediction actually. The main task is for prediction actually, guys. Anything can be predicted in machine learning. But how it can predict actually, guys? Only based on the past data. Machines understands the past data. Just an example, guys. Give the last 10 days data. Last 10 days, whatever the date 10, last 10 days, you give the last 10 days weather report actually, guys. Just give the weather report of the last 10 days actually, guys. So next day, it is going to tell you what could be the today's weather report. It is going to tell you based on the past 10 days weather report only. Got the point actually, guys. It will study the past 10 days weather report and it is going to give you the ideas. It is going to tell you today the temperature could be this much. Today the humidity is going to be this much. Today whether it could be rain or not. All these things is going to be done by the machine actually. Machines will study the data actually, guys. Okay. Currently, basically the weather report is given by the satellite images actually. But even we know that even the satellite images also. So how that particular, let us say something like a cyclone is moving actually. So how it is going to be moving. So understand the pattern. So identify the pattern. So it is also study about the data only, guys. So this is going to be at so-and-so distance from the so-and-so location actually. So how that particular cyclone is moving. So what could be the pattern? What could be the next move it is going to be? So this is a pattern what it is following. So that is done by a machine learning algorithms only, guys. It is completely related to data analytics and which is going to be nothing but the machine learning algorithms. So here we are applying some analytics actually, guys. Machines will understand the data by doing some kind of an analytics on the data actually. Based on that analytics only, we are able to predict the future actually, guys. Okay. This is only just an idea behind what is machine learning, guys. As I told you, what are mainly the technical aspects of machine learning? What exactly you have to learn? What exactly the machine learning contains? You are giving the data, machine is consuming the data and doing the predictions actually. But what are the technical aspects of them? What are going to be the involved in them? That is what I'm going to discuss in the next coming introduction class actually, guys. Okay. So just for today, it is only just an introduction to machine learning. And nothing is there, guys. Being it is an introduction classes, I don't want to put more and more burden on the first class itself. So I just want to take up some questions actually, some technical questions if anybody having. So I'm going to just spend another 5 or 10 minutes of time, 10 or 15 minutes, whatever you require. I can just spend some time. But please, some people are having a questions that, sir, I was completely from a non-IT background. So can I learn it? So just wait for another one more day actually, guys. Just learn for one more day actually. And I think you already got an idea here now. It is not learning about the programming language, guys. It is not about learning a language. How to handle the data. Mainly if the data is given, how do you make that particular data to be understandable by a machine? If you just give the raw data to the machine, machines cannot understand it. So how to format? What are the techniques we are going to be learning? And anyhow, guys, for this understanding this data science and machine learning, we use a language called as Python and R language. Python and R are the most popular languages, guys. So to learn this to learn this data, to learn this Python and to learn the R, so nothing prior request. There is no prior requirements actually, guys. No prior knowledge of any programming language. I'll tell you, guys. R language is basically designed for mathematicians. It is going to be for mathematicians and statisticians, guys. R is a language which is basically for statisticians and mathematicians actually, guys. Just imagine how much knowledge a mathematician, statistician will have a knowledge about a programming language. Generally, mathematicians and statisticians, they don't go towards the programming languages. So to make a statisticians and a mathematicians to apply some computer skills, they will be uses this R language actually, guys. That means without having any prior knowledge also, you can learn the things actually. That is my main point of discussion here now. But don't worry, I'll explain all these things in the coming classes. I'll discuss them, guys. Okay. Starting with the core Python actually, guys. I'll start with the core Python. First, I'll start with core Python only, guys. 2 weeks, I'm going to train you on the Python, guys. I'm going to make you understand the Python language. After that only, our machine learning topics and all the data science related topics will start. Okay. So first thing is, whatever may be your qualification, guys, qualification does not matter. As I told you, a mechanical engineer can work with the machines data. A civil engineer can work with the construction data. A chemical engineer can work with his chemical data actually, whatever the chemical compositions, all this data actually. Anybody, guys, anybody, even if it's a medical expert, they also uses the data actually. So whatever may be your prior experience, guys, anybody can learn this particular data science. Yes, yes, Siva, will you get a summary of each class data science notes? Absolutely. Every day to day, you will be getting that particular notes will be given, even with the Jupyter notebooks, whatever the Jupyter notebooks we are going to be using, as well as the recorded videos are going to be there. And absolutely, we are going to cover some, working with data science itself is working with the projects only, guys. That means projects means you are going to be working with everything with the real data sets only. We are not going to work with a smaller data sets actually, guys. In different domains we are going to work. We are going to work with insurance projects. We are going to work with clinical projects, some life sciences data, some kind of a scientific data. Everything we are going to be gets covering actually, guys. Okay, fine. Yeah. Kashmira, yeah. Are you going to cover advanced Python? So we are learning Python basically only to implement machine learning concepts only. So you really don't require to learn the complete Python classes. Complete Python, you need not to become an expert. Okay. So here, that means as part of the DURGASOFT technologies. So if you register for this data science course, they are going to give you a free Python video sessions. They will be given actually, guys. Complete Python classes. Free Python videos are going to be given. So these are going to be the videos of Mr. Durga sir actually. So Mr. Durga sir is going to be taking some classes on Python. His recorded videos are going to be shared to you. Approximately there are around 170 videos are there. They are going to give you the access to this particular videos actually at a free of cost, Okay, fine. So that is going to be what I can say that. So if you really want to learn Python additionally, because we cannot spend that much time for learning the complete Python. So 15 days Python, core Python is sufficient for our machine learning concept. Remaining things are not required for us. But if you really want to explore more and more, you can just go through the particular videos. It's a video training. Whenever you require, you can just play the videos and we can do them actually. Okay, fine. Yes, after the class, every day-to-day classes will be there. It's a live classes only. So after the classes, you will be having any doubts, not only after the class, during the session also. If you have any doubts, you can discuss with me, or even after completion of the class. Or we are having a Telegram group also will be maintained for us. For knowledge sharing, we are going to maintain a Telegram group is going to be maintained. So you can just post your doubts, whatever the doubts we are having in the group also. Okay. Yeah. How are the screen recordings will be shared? Yes, all the session is getting recorded actually, guys. Through the Google Drive, there are going to be sharing you actually. It is completely through the Google Drive. It is going to be sharing actually. Just if you want, I'll show you the drive access actually. Just let me show you the drive. Yes, actually somebody has been speaking. I just put it into the mute. If anybody is there, guys, you can just you can unmute yourself and you can speak.
Vamshi, how much statistics we need here?
Yeah. Anyhow, I'm going to explain you that particular, as I told you, what are the technical aspects in the next class. So I'm going to clarify that in the next class. Okay, that is also fine. But anyhow, it's need not to be you are an expertise in statistics actually. Some basic knowledge of maths and stats is going to be required. So whatever that maths and stats that is required, I'm going to be discussing this in the class. Along with that, you should also explore a little bit more and more about that, specifically in deep learning. We are going to require some kind of a differentiation. The differential calculus is required. So you have to learn up to some extent, you have to learn by yourself. Whatever the initiation and whatever the math is there, I'm going to explain that particular concepts in the class itself. Okay. Yes, Satya, for deep learning, what libraries will be covered in the course content? Saturday, there is a, Manoj, Saturday, there is a class will be there. Sundays, you will be having some workshops. It is only optional. If you're interested, you can join. Otherwise, it is not required. Sundays and optional classes, just like a workshops will be gets conducted. That is up to you. Just some general ideas to discuss about them. It's not a mandatory to join the Sundays classes, but it is going to be 6 days a week, 6 to 7 days, 6 days a week. It is going to be there. Okay. Yes. And one more thing is for deep learning, what libraries are going to be users? We are going to be mainly users Keras. Keras is going to be the basic one. And we are going to be using a TensorFlow, and we are going to be using the PyTorch. So these are the popular which we are going to be using as part of the deep learning libraries, guys. Okay, fine.
Apart from like the day-to-day classes, how much time we should dedicate every day for learning this?
Yes, at minimum, it is not, at least if you have to spend, one thing here is, every day 1.5 hour class will be there, almost all 1.5 hour class. That means almost all 90 minutes class will be there. So apart from 90 minutes of class, whatever the 90 minutes approximately, if I say that, it should be you have to spend another at least 60 minutes for practicing whatever I am going to be discussed in the class. At least some around 60 minutes you have to practice. Plus, along with that, if you can spend another 60 minutes for another self-learning. So exploring the things actually. Mainly exploration is more and more important here. Okay. I will be sharing some blogs. I will be sharing some articles. Yeah, once again.
Do we get any live projects to put in our resume?
Yes, we are going to do the projects actually. See, learning data science itself is going to be like a research only. We are not going to work with just a smaller, just like writing a small programs. Every algorithm we are going to learn, every algorithm is a project for you. That means one is going to be for your project, which is for training purpose in the classroom. And one more is going to be given for your practice purpose. That means like a POC. You have to do the research on that. You have to work on that actually. So we'll be giving some different data sets for you. based on your interest. So you want to work with scientific data? Do you want to work with healthcare? Do you want to work with insurance? So we have a different data sets are there actually. So many data sets are there. Some are publicly available, some are privately, we have to access them actually. So many public data sets. Nowadays, data sets are also become public actually. Real data sets. With a real data set, public data sets means it is not just an employee's data, customer's data. It's not that data actually. The data which we can use some kind of an analysis on that.
Okay. And sir, are we going to learn data visualization also?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because without a data visualization, no machine learning is there. So as I told you, technical aspects, I'm going to tell you in the tomorrow's class.
Okay.
What are the things you require? What is data cleansing? What is data visualization? What we learn in deep learning? So technical aspects of our course, I'm going to discuss in the next class actually.
And so will we get some help in resume?
Yes, resume. Yes, every end to end. They will send you the mails actually. My backend, they will send you the mails. So in the mails, you will be having the course highlights and all things will be there. Maths and statistics, whatever that is required. Project, which is going to be based on your interested domain. Resume preparations, FAQs, and all these things from end to end, guys. Starting from learning, beginning of your learning up to getting a job. But getting a job means you also has to dedicate a lot of effort from yourself. So simply if you if you attend the course and get a job, getting a job means that is not possible here and now. So it has to be a lot of research. There must be effort from your side. Whatever I discuss in the class is one thing, plus along with that self-learning also going to be required. At least we have to do a lot of research on that. Like a self data sets we have to work, some kind of a new techniques we have to learn. So learning, exploration, learning and implementation actually. Yes, that is what we have.
What is related to AI in this course?
Yeah, reinforcement learning. We are having something called as a reinforcement learning is there. So we are going to implement the reinforcement learning as part of the AI.
And sir, will we get any certification?
Yes, it's a course completion certification will be given from DURGASOFT.
Okay.
It's a course completion certification.
Any global certification?
There is global certifications are different are there, but I'm going to tell you there are some online resources are there. How to get an online certification, which is going to be helpful to getting a job. So you have to spend some bucks on that. It's not and free. You have to spend some money on that actually. I'll tell you that kind of an online globally accepted.
For doing that?
Yes, absolutely. We'll be getting the assistance also. Okay. That means you don't require an assistance because there only the assistance will be given actually.
Okay.
So there only you are going to be getting some assistance actually. So there are some online platforms are there actually. Like we are having a NASCOM. We are going to be having a NASCOM certification program is there actually. So these are going to be a future skill prime, a NASCOM, a digital initiative. So you can register with this particular future skills. You have to register with that. And here also we are going to be having a courses actually. So if you are interested, up to some extent, the courses are free. And after that, you have to pay some amount actually. So these are going to be some different courses actually, guys, which there are going to be gets given actually. So these are going to be courses, which is going to be the data science methodologies actually. So just you have to spend some bucks on that. So it's not a free of cost. Up to some extent, you can get a free of cost. Not only this, even we are going to be using something like a datacamp.com. So there are some online resources are going to be there. So they will going to help you to get some kind of a certification program. But you have to spend some time. If you buy this, it will be costing you only around 7,000 or 8,000 for a year actually. It will for 1 year actually. But you have to spend a lot of time. Every day you have to spend 2 hours of time if you want to complete your certification.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Got it? Fine. I'll tell you guys, I'll guide you all these things. There are so many resources are there. Online resources are there. So we are having a kaggle.com. In the kaggle.com also, we are going to be having a lot of learning. That is going to be, we are having some courses. So you can learn some of them at a free of cost. So a lot of things are going to be there actually, guys. These are the courses actually. So can you see introduction to machine learning, intermediate machine learning, data visualizations, introduction to deep learning. So these are all going to be the basic ideas, guys. So this one actually, AI and reinforcement learning actually. So some guidance actually, guys. They are free of cost actually. So there are going to be free of cost. We can also get a certification from here. So how to earn a certificate? So which is going to be 4 hours we have to spend on them, which is going to be, we have to do that actually, guys. So like this, there are some online resources are there, which we are going to be doing actually, guys. Yes, you can show the experience in your resumes actually. Frank.
What's the course fees?
Course fees and all these things, my backend team will get back to you. And anyhow, the basic, as of the basic information is, it is 16K is the course fees. That is the course fees what the DURGASOFT is offering. But if you have any discussion about the fees, you have to talk to my backend team actually.
And one more thing, you said
Yes.
R is also required.
Yes.
Is it necessary to learn it right now?
It is necessary means it is optional. It's a necessity means if you learn it, it is going to be added advantage to your issue. Absolutely, it will add an added advantage. And one more thing, if you learn Python, learning R is very similar actually. So many people does not shows the interest in learning them. But actually, if you learn Python, learning R language is very, very easy. It adds a lot of advantage to your resume actually, if you know the R language.
Okay.
Okay, it does not require much time also. If you sit on the system for 2 to 3 days, you can master the Python. You can master the R language.
Will I get any project experience letter if I can execute a project under your guidance here while doing the course?
No, we don't get any experience letter because it is not, we are not a consultant. We are a training institute actually. So we don't get any experience letter. You will be getting only a course completion certificate. But whatever the project you can do, whatever the project you do here as part of our course curriculum, you can just add it as a project in your resume.
Okay. Okay. So will I get a letter actually from your side that
you completed the course? Yeah, you completed the course. As part of the course completion, it will be given. Okay. As part of a course completion, they will give, because it's a training institute actually. So they'll give you the course completion. But one more thing is just better to get some the remaining details from my backend team, because I was a consultant trainer from them. So whether they give that particular experience letter or not, something like that. So that is my basic information. I have it actually, but better you can talk to my backend team once they'll get back to you. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Thanks. Yes, Manoj, SQL queries. SQL queries are not required at all here, guys. You really don't require any SQL queries. Okay. Because whatever we do it in SQL, everything we do it in Python as it is. So you really don't require to learn any SQL language. It is an optional case, but learning SQL is not a mandatory. It's not a mandatory. If you haven't, it's a little bit advantage because we can understand how to skew the data basically. So even my expertise is also 7 years I worked on SQL queries. That is the reason I was able to analyze the data actually, but it is not a mandatory to learn. Okay. Fine, guys. So thanks all of you for the today's class actually, guys. Hope all of you, I have been clarified all your questions. So we'll see you tomorrow, guys. So please attend 3 to 4 classes, guys. Demo classes, if you attend, you will get some clarification actually, guys. What is data science? What we are going to learn? What are the advantages? What is the implementation? What are the use cases? Everything will get some clarity about that. At free of cost, you can. Yeah.
One last question.
Yes,
Do we get recorded sessions?
Yes, we'll be getting recorded sessions. Okay, I'm just showing you now. So this is going to be my 8 p.m. batch actually, guys. So you will be getting day-to-day videos like this, like January, February, day-to-day sessions will be there. So we started on the last month. So starting from 10th, all these videos are there. And coming to the February with the yesterday's class. I think yesterday class was not yet updated. 6th up to 5th they have updated because it is 8 p.m. to 9:30. No, it's a little bit late for them. Early morning by around 8:30 or 9:30, they'll update this actually. So every day-to-day videos will be coming, as well as my class exercises like this. So yesterday's class already uploaded actually. I think 6th I have not yet uploaded actually. This is away. The PNG file. This PNG file is nothing but whatever I have been written in the class like this. And this is going to be the Jupyter notebook. The code, the Python code, what I have been got written actually. So don't worry, this is what we call as a Google Collaboratory. I'll tell you what is Google Collaborator and all these things. We can work with them actually. Okay. So every day-to-day class notes will be given to you. Even PNG files, as well as also along with that, we are also going to be getting the PDF files also will be getting actually. The PDFs, every day-to-day PDFs also will be getting actually. So this is a code what I have been written in the last class. The code will be given to you. Everything, code for reference, you can access them actually. Fine.
Sir, after doing the projects, how much experience maximum we can show?
Resume means actually they're asking an experience of some minimum. It is going to be 3 to 5 years. You can show the experience. 3 years is better because if you are really not having an experience, really without having an experience, Putting a higher experience, you're putting at your risk actually. You are going to be at risk actually. If you put 10 years of experience on the data science, or you don't have that much, 5, 6 years, we can put it actually, yes. But 3 years is going to be the maximum extent. If you want to just handle it, if you want to handle in your workspace, at least at your work environment, at least 3 years, minimum 3 years if you can put it actually, guys. It depends on your expertise also. If you feel that you can handle the project, you can put a little bit higher experience. But I recommend is 3 years on data science. If you really have some other 7 years experience, show 4 years experience on some other technology and 3 years experience on the data science. Yes, it will be shared to your mails only. Once if you pay the fees and all these things, once you get registered for the course, they will start sharing that particular videos. But that will take a 1 week of time to complete all this work. No, everything is going to be taught here, guys. Venkata, Sai, it is going to be taught everything starting from the scratch. No worry about them. Everything starting from the beginning, we are going to learn it. Okay, I told you no, starting with the core Python, I'm going to start with the classes. Okay, fine, guys. So thanks all of you guys. Yeah, data engineer and data science. I'll clarify tomorrow actually, guys, because today I didn't discuss about the aspects, the technical aspects of data science. So tomorrow I'm going to clarify that, Mr. Krishna, if you don't mind. Okay. Because I didn't discuss anything like what is a data science, what is the technical aspects are not yet discussed, no. So I can't make it clear, but in the tomorrow's class, I'm going to make it clear. Fine, Krishna. Okay, guys. Fine, guys. I think I think I have clarified all your questions, guys. So thank you all of you for today, guys. And we'll see you all of you tomorrow at the same time, guys. Same link and same time. So please join the meeting tomorrow. Please attend for 2 or 3 days, guys. It's a free of cost. So please attend them. And once you get some clarification, then you can decide whether to continue or whether to go towards the data science or not. Okay. So thank you all of you and have a nice day. Thank you all of you once again, guys.